Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be on each and every Sunday night. Where tonight we're coming to you on Top Split TV live and exclusive for round 3, season 21 of Sunday Night Lights, the best skippy action in town tonight. Coming to you from Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. And once again, I'm your host, Alex McKellar. Joining me this week, as always, is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, big night of action ahead of us once again.
Indeed, it is, Alex, and we have a bumper strength of field for this race, a 43.15. We have some returning drivers. We have drivers that we've seen doing well all season, and a couple of new faces that we haven't seen for a very long time in the top split skippy action. It should be a fantastic night of racing.
Yeah, he's hoping. We got our cameras on Manu Luqueta. Big Breaks is out there once again as the one-plated car, followed by the second seed, the Puce-powered machine, Lee Anderson once again joining us for this week's round. Third seed, Pablo Espes, after his maiden victory last week from memory. The three-plated car is back once again, but I'm going to see if I can get the current points up. Was it going to manage it? Yeah, we are. Manu Luqueta leading the way at this stage for Mivano from Lee Anderson and George Domenech. It's not. I'm just trying to see if there's an Aussie, a New Zealand driver. Corey Lean down in 13th. I tell you what, the ANZ boys have got some work to do this season, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. And unfortunately, doesn't look like Corey is racing here tonight, which is a shame. But in his absence, we do have the reintroduction of another AusNZ driver just squeezing into the top split, the 19 car, Sander Vantia, driving for Ovaltine to keep the chocolate milk drink rivalry going strong. And one of the guys on the opposite side of the fence on the Milo team who was making a welcome return. Not an Aussie, but we still love him nonetheless. Mr. Sammy Toykala in the 7 car, Alex.
Yeah, Sammy Toykala, not Sammy J, joining us this week for his welcome return to the skips, as you say. Another one coming back in the chocolate drink rivalry is Mr. Ben Snell, who's joining us once again after somewhat of a work-related hiatus. Jeepers. And I tell you what, the boys have come out firing. Enzo Cantor at the top of the pops after lap 1. If I can find him. He's done a 33.9 in lap 1. That's pretty impressive around here, Corey.
Yeah, that is an incredible time for a first lap. Although in saying that, there is plenty of opportunity to try and warm up the tyres in the incredibly long back straight after you come out of Moss Corner. So we'll have to wait and see what he can do for a second lap here, because I reckon he'll be on for a heater, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, there's a few out there giving those 33s a nudge. Andrea Bristol, who did all right in the preceding warm-up race. He's in the 33s. Luqueta jumps to the top of the pops with a 33.5 opening lap, if you don't mind. Big Brace has got some pace just ahead of his teammate. Well, when I say just ahead, 3/10 on the first lap's not a bad effort. Cristobal Otero, he's sitting there in third after lap 1, but the second one is where it counts. Can Team Milo boss man Russell Clark make an imprint on the session in quali? He's coming around for his second flying lap. Let's see where he finishes up. Comes through the S's now to close it out. The Team Milo boss man Cantor jumping to the top. Bristol going ahead of Cantor as Russell Clark rounds the final corner. What's he going to do? Can he improve from P12? Yes, he can. P4 for Russell Clark. Fantastic drive early on from Team Milo's lead driver. Meanwhile, Luqueta coming around the back. Where have we got? Mellor's just crossed to jump up. Corey, I tell you what's all happening.
Yeah, it's all action stations right now as everyone is completing their second laps. Bristol getting the pole there over Cantor is amazing. Sammy Toykala fluffed up his first lap, but come home to get 4th place on his second lap there. We're still waiting on Luqueta to finish his last lap here as he comes around the final corner, just about tickling the grass. And he has not... Oh, he's gone to the pole here, Alex, in the 1 car. with a
Oh, Snell!
33.356.
Snell up to P4 behind Lucetta. Fantastic drive. Team Milo all over it today in the quali, although Clark's down to P7 now. But I tell you what, in this sort of field, 43.15 is the strength of field for those playing at home. Again, that's a fantastic setup for the Milo boys, Corey.
Indeed, it is, Alex. And we've just seen Lee Anderson just come in and Pip Snell to take away fourth by not a very big margin at all. The 11 of Chris Herrera has also just crossed the line, and he has slowed himself down into 10th. So I'm not sure who. I think Ollie Peacock's not qualifying, so everyone else that's out there, I do believe, has already completed their 2 laps, Alex.
No, we've got one left. We're riding a ball with Antonio Ribalta. He's coming around for the final of his 2 quali laps. What can he do? The Iberian driver. Oh, what's he done there? 33.3. That puts him up to P7. Good steering there from the Iberian driver, Corey.
Yeah, indeed it is. This is going to be a tough field, Alex, and with the high quality field, it should be an absolute cracking race to witness here tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, you got three Milo drivers in the top 10. Tell you what, will chaos and hilarity ensue? Where's Devantia, the Ovaltine driver? He's down in 16th. He'll look to move up from there. Of course, Lucetta, though, with a 33.3. One of the best quali times you'll see all week. I've seen them go close to a 32 in quali, but no one's quite cracked it from what I've seen this week, Corey. But I tell you what I'm looking for. I saw the first one in the warm-up race. I'm looking for the magic 1:31 racing lap, Corey. I've only seen one this week, and it was in the warm-up race, and the same fella's in this race as well. As quali comes to a close, and we might just take a look at our grid for tonight's race. Round 3 at Season 21 at Mosport for Sunday Night Lights. Manu Lucetta for Movano Sim Racing off pole tonight. Andre Bristot from Italy, his countryman. I tell you what, he's starting in P2, and it's an Italian trio on top of the qualifying standings here tonight with Enzo Cantor, the second Movano Sim Racing. Whoever thought you'd be calling Enzo the second Movano Sim Racing driver? He starts out of 3rd tonight. Lee Anderson in the Puce Powered Machine out of P4. Ben Snell, the first ANZ driver, and the first for Team Milo here tonight out of P5. Sammy Toykala, the Finnish driver for Team Milo out of P6. Antonio Ribalta with that late qualifying run starting out of P7. Jose Luis Mella from Iberia out of 8th. Russell Clark, Team Bossman for Team Milo out of P9. George Matsushinsky out of P10 returning tonight for his stint. P11, Chris Herrera from California. He's up late or early depending on your perspective. P12, Pablo Espes, last week's winner. If we can just grab... Oh, please. Give me the next page, somebody. There we go. P13 tonight, Cristobal Otero, who took... Oh, no, he didn't take out the last one. Across Simart Competition. P14, Craig Biley, the ANZ driver. Roberto El Guerrero from Iberia in 15th. Sam Devantia for Team Ovaltine in 16th. Oscar Chinchilla, who did take out the last race out of P17. Alberto Tornado from Iberia in 18th, and Ollie Peacock, surprisingly, the UK&I driver, all the way down in P19, did not set a time from what I can tell, Corey.
Indeed, he did not, Alex, but it is an absolute stacked field. We're going to have to keep an eye on Otero and Devantia as they make their way through the field. Same too with Espes, uncharacteristically down there in 12th. But it should be absolutely awesome as we're getting ready to go green here, Alex.
And of course, we have the red lights mean rev, and the green lights, surprisingly absent, do mean go, as the flag marshal once again vigorously waves his flag into turn 1 as the cars take off and stream down this flat section. You do not lift through there on lap 1, and towards the later stage of the race you continue that trend to not lift as 2x2 in the back of the field. It's very sketchy out here. The off-camber turn 2A and B, and I tell you what, there's grass on the outside that does not return your car sans contact with the wall, as the boys are all getting it done here tonight early and getting it done cleanly, Corey.
Yeah, and that's the main thing, Alex, is that they're getting through it all cleanly. But the biggest test will be when they get down here to Moss Corner. The warm-up race had a little bit of shenanigans down there. It's going to be interesting to see how everyone gets through it. Oh, there was a lockup from a Milo car. There was wings going everywhere, and there was a white car off on the outside of the track.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see who copped it there. It's, was it Ribalta? Ribalta, Sands front wing. And race continues on though, but that will have split this field up. The question is, will the chasing pack, yeah, there's not too much of a gap there, so nothing, a little bit of draft up the Andretti straight won't fix, but the front three now, you've got the two Movano boys, Cantor, Lucchetta, followed by Bristol, the three Italians, 1, 2 and 3, looking to run away with it if they can. But look in behind, you've got Anderson from UK9, the two Milo drivers of Snell and Toykala keeping him honest, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. But Toykala is going to have a hard time here. I was wondering which one of them was the one that locked up in Moss, and it was Toykala. And he is also the one who is missing the rear wing here. So that Skippy is going to be feeling more like a Formula Ford than anything for him right now. He's going to have a lot of front end grip, but not too much on the tail end, which will affect him a lot through here in turns 2A and B.
Look at the attitude of the car as a result. The nose wanting to go and the rear not quite wanting to follow the way Toykala wants it, but he's doing well. He's hung on and making it a 6-car pack. The question is, will the slower car that perhaps Toykala represents be able to bridge that gradually opening gap? It's 1.6 seconds back to Clark, his team Milo boss. The question is, will this chasing pack not only survive Moss on lap 2, but look to use the Andretti straight? Oh, I tell you what, Clark slid a bit wide there on exit. That'll compromise his exit, and you'll see Espes all over the back of him, looking to see if he can't bridge as the front cars fan out. And once again, the three Italian drivers looking to be working together. What's Anderson and Snell doing? Snell's taking the inside line. Anderson leaving the door wide open to make sure they maximise their use of the draft. They don't want to be fighting through here. Snell taking a slightly compromised line, but it's okay. They're all still in draft and 6-car breakaway. And what's going on behind? Espes and Matushinsky. Oh, side by side. Clark doesn't want to give it up. Oh, he's got beside him. He's got Otero. Otero's going to take the inside. Oh, will he leave Clark to hang out to dry? How many will go past the Milo boss man here? It's 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's been kicked out to the side on the straight. No damage. He looks like the droids have been at work there, and Clark gets to continue to fight another day, Corey.
Clark was definitely very lucky in that situation. Not lucky that he's lost all those positions, but lucky as the damage seems to be quite minimal here. He has dropped all the way down to the back of the pack behind Sam Devantia, but that car is still looking fairly all right. And I just want to say the one thing about the 7 of Toykala that is going to be working in his favor here a little bit, Alex, is that even though he's not going to have that rear end grip, he's also going to have less drag than the other Skippies around him.
Yeah, look, they could play to his hands on this big back Andretti straight. But, you know, I do worry. I mean, he's got great car control. We know that about Toykala. He's been out of the game a bit, to be honest, but he's coming back strong. Espes now only 1.1 seconds. They've actually closed that up, that gap. Espes showing real pace. It's now to 1.2, 1.3 as this really big elastic band of a draft kicks in up the Andretti straight. Now, as they come through the S's, through 8 now, then into the left hand. This is the new skip this season is really emphasising the fact of it being a momentum car. The only place you really use your brakes on this track, potentially a little touch into Quebec at 3, but then obviously a pretty decent break and into Moss. Other than that, it's all feathering it is the protocol around here. You just got to keep feathering it, brother.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex, and that's just how much of a driver skill car this Skippy this season really is, and it's fantastic to see. It provides some absolutely entertaining racing. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys handle the race later on when the fuel burns off a little bit and we start seeing them going faster into these corners, as Enzo Cantor leading the way right now, going very defensive before the run into Moss here. So maybe just wanting to try and lead the race from the front, not wanting to get overtaken too soon here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not really a passing opportunity. If you're brave down into Moss at 5A, you might get it done if everyone's playing nicely. But realistically, at this stage, you're really just trying to build a gap. But Matsushinsky now on the front of that second pack, well and truly in draft now, although it's just as that, again, that rubber band stretches the leading pack just outside that. But I'll tell you what, they'll get it done. I reckon Matsushinsky and Espes have really done well to bridge that gap. It was, side by side, Cantor and Bristol. Cantor says, no, thank you. I know you're from the same country and club as me, but you know what? I'm the fast boy around here. I'm going to, as the rear steps out, that's really compromised them. And I tell you what, that will bring that second pack into play for sure, Corey.
And it definitely should, Alex, because the more that these guys battle at the front, the slower that they're going to be going as a collective group. We saw into Moss a lot of locked brakes for the 3 cars at the back of this front pack, which inadvertently slowed them up a little bit as well, allowing that gap to close, the draft to start. Oh, the way that Skippies handled the rise and the fall of 2A there is incredible. With the way that they go sideways and can still be able to hold it. Knowing my luck, I'd be off in the weeds there, Alex.
Well, you know, the funny thing is the track in real life is now paved. It's all concrete on the outside of turn 2 and 2A. But here it's still grass. And I tell you what, a toe in the grass here, toe in the weeds, as you say. And that's all she wrote. The car is gone. So, and the off-camber nature of it means this season you really want to hug the inside of the dual apex left-hander to not only maximise your speed, but maximises your chance of surviving too, Corey.
Well, that's exactly right, Alex. And with the way that the grass model has changed for this season too, it makes the grass a lot harder to try and get a grip on as well. So, like last season, we saw Ben Simonson in the grass at Phillip Island. We won't be able to see that this season because the racing, the way the grass works these days is just not intuitive to allow that to happen. As the battle at the front still on in earnest, and Enzo Cantor still holding off Bristott at the moment. But now Bristott falling back. There is a 3-way battle for second right now, Alex.
And Snell going 2x2 on the outside of Lucetta through 1. I tell you what, if you're sitting in the room with me, you see me vigorously shaking my head at some of the tactics out there. These guys don't want to just have a battle in 6. They really want to make it a battle in 10 by the looks of it, because any moment now you're going to have a stream of 4 cars joining the 6-car pack just because these guys can't seem to work it out. They don't know who wants to, well, we know who wants to be on front. It's Cantor, but then you've got Bristott, Snell, Anderson, Toyka. Who did we lose there? We've lost Lucetta, have we? No, he's still there. In fact, I've got camera focus on him. We lost him for a minute. These boys just can't seem to work out a draft pack and how to make it effective and how to make it work for them because, that pack behind's looking really juicy, Corey.
Indeed it is, Alex. And the pack behind actually lost a couple of drivers from it. I'm not sure what happened. There was something that went wrong going through 2A and 2B. And the 12 car of Russell Clark has dropped off the back of it, and there's a little bit of separation going on there between the second and third packs now.
Bristott finally gets the move done, and he's followed by Cantor. I don't know if Cantor lifted there quite, or they finally decided that he should have a stint at the front, because I can tell you from the warm-up race, Bristott's got some pace, and he can certainly steer it with the best of them out there based on what we've seen earlier tonight. But Cantor does like to lead the race and likes to get the elbows out in doing so. Behind, though, you've got that pack there. What are they now? Just that magic second behind. If they can get this section right, they will be back on. We're all licking our lips at that opportunity. But meanwhile, Snell, in his return to Sunday Night Lights, he's sitting in P3 and looking pretty, Corey.
Indeed he is, Alex, but I want to draw our attention to the 4-car of Ollie Peacock. He did not qualify. He started from the very back of this pack. He's sitting up there in P8 right now, the second car in that second pack. He has been making some absolute moves this race, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, he's up 11 positions, soon to be 12 by the time they complete this straight. And this pack's only 7/10 behind between Espes and Peacock and Matsushinsky. They're going to make it a 10-car front pack for the race win. Will the elbows come out at that point? What's Espes going to do? Is he going to move over or is he going to stick? He's going to stick. They've decided that's the way to go this time. No, they're fanning out. Matsushinsky says, no, I'll have me some of that. Thanks, Peacock. I want to go through. Don't waste it now, boys. You've almost made it a 10-car pack. Peacock says, I'll have it, thanks. Matsushinsky, is he going to give it up through the final corner? Yes, he is. No harm, no foul. Espes now well and truly on the back, and we're at 10, Corey.
That's exactly right, Alex. These guys are racing hard in this second pack. It's a little bit worrying because they are within draft range. I thought they would have kept it all single file so they could catch up. As we see Sammy Toikala there catching the grass a little bit on the exit of one. Very lucky that it didn't spit him out more sideways than what the car has been forcing him at the moment. But Ollie Peacock actually got the fastest lap of the race as well, Alex, a 32.3, which is pretty damn quick around here in a Skippy, as we are getting a battle up for the front four spots again here. Side by side was Ben Snell and Lucetta there coming into the left-hander here before Moss. These guys are getting very racy now. There's only 8.5 laps left to run in this race.
Yeah, there you go, Corey. There's 10 cars going to vie for this. It's all going to happen. It's like an elbows out style middle distance track event. Everyone's going to be jockeying for the right position and the inside running to cover the least distance in these cars. Speaking of which, Cantor says, I'll cover the least distance thing. He's going to force it 2x2. He says, why not? They're all here anyway. We may as well make it interesting. Noah's Ark style through turn 8 there at the end of the Andretti straight as they go through the S's once again. Snell says, I want P3. Oh, Bristol up the outside of the final corner. They get it. Oh, off in the background. It's all happening. Oh, yeah, just a gentle pit stop. The boys, unscheduled stop, I think you call that. Let's go back and have a quick look, see if we can't find out what happened there. I'm just trying to see if I can't move up positions. We see the one car. No, oh, it looks like Esper's into the rear of Toikala. And Toikala and the 4 car there of Ollie Peacock, who'd been on such a charge, they end up Matsushinsky into the rear of Peacock. That puts them both in with, I can guarantee you from experience, an unsafe pit entry. That's 40 seconds in the pits, as well as the run through the pits. Those boys' nights are over, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And that is such a shame for Ollie Peacock. I was singing his praises just before, talking him up, talking about how well he was doing. I gave him the commentator's curse, and I feel horrible for it. But what this has done, Alex, is this has now made that front pack a pack of 5. And Espes is leading the second pack now, which is just a pack of 3. So everything has changed completely, Alex.
Yeah, 100% now. It's 2x2 they go. Cantor and Bristol again. Snell tucked in behind with Lucetta and Anderson. Always had the feeling that it might come down to these guys. They've been battling away at the front, really testing each other's mettle, you might say, in how they want to race this one. And I would suggest they've got a bit lucky in so much as the incident behind them has re-established that gap. And it's probably, as you say, with Matsushinsky and Otero now ahead of Espes, a gap that's not going to be bridged in the last 6 laps or 7 laps of this race. I'd say at, what have we got, 2.8 seconds, approaching 3 seconds by the time they would finish the Andretti straight next time round. They're not going to bridge that one. So we're down to a race in 5. We've got Bristol, Cantor, Snell, Lucetta and Anderson fighting it out for the win tonight, Corey.
I think the biggest surprise about this front pack right now is Ben Snell. He's been out of the car for a couple of weeks now, and he's looking fantastic right now in 3rd. He's really the snake amongst the pigeons, and I reckon when the time is right, he's going to pounce, because Ben, he's not going to be fighting for a championship right now. He's going to be wanting to get that win here, Alex.
That's right. You heard it here first, folks. It's not a cat, it's a snake amongst the pigeon. He's going to gobble them up. He's going to gobble them up for the win. That's what I heard out of that, Corey. And you've got Snell now sitting behind Cantor and Bristol, going side by side once again. Are they going to, yeah, Bristol's going to force Cantor to go the long way round through turn 8. Snell licking his lips behind. The grip is really up now in the skips. The outside line I tell you, Bristol really forcing Cantor there to take a compromise line. And it's Snell going around the outside of the final corner as a result. Great control there from Cantor just to gather it up. and fullback single file. Really good control from him there. Very impressive. So we jump back to that second pack led by Otero now with Matushinsky. He's got a bit of damage, no doubt. Espes and Chinchilla. They're tucked in behind with Guerrero, Briley and Herrera. Oh, side by side through turn 2 if you don't mind. Oh, they get it sorted, the boys. That's Briley and Herrera by the looks. They're getting it done. Clark now running a lonely race after that earlier incident. He's down in 13th. 14th, you got Ribalta. Again, running pretty lonely. Mella in 15th. Toy Carla now back out on track in 16th. And Trinado, he's out on track in 17th. I think that's about everyone that's running, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I do believe Ollie Peacock and Sam Devantia are OUT out of this race. But you see that move that Ben pulled on Enzo there. That's the reason why I called him the snake and the pigeons, Alex, because he's not going to ruffle feathers. He's not going to make a big scene of it. He's just going to slither around nice and slow and strike when the opportunity's right. That's exactly what he's done. But now he's dropped back to third as around the outside goes Enzo Cantor.
Oh, that's ugly. That's gone. That's the big one.
It's gone ugly.
That's the big one. Was always going to happen. Let me just find. Oh, who was it? It was Bristott. He will not be a happy camper. If I can just. I can't even find the thing. Oh, it's a bit further
while you're
down.
trying to find the thing, Ben Snell is in the lead of this race now, Alex.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back here and see if we can't get it. Yeah, Cantor just slid. Missed the apex by a mile. Carrying too much speed. And then Bristott's... Oh, he's rolled it on pit entry. That's one sick and sorry Skippy, unfortunately. Let's go back to live pictures and see young Master Snell. Oh, come on. Give me live pictures, please. Oh, don't do it to me again. Come on. Live. Go live. You silly thing. Tell the folks at home what's going on, Corey.
Well, at the moment, it is Ben Snell in front of Enzo Cantor. Ben on the Andretti straight, going to the defensive line. Enzo looking to take the outside line around him at the moment as they're coming towards the end of the Andretti straight. They're going 3 wide now with Manuel Lucetta going up through the middle. And Snell just went from first to third just like that. Lucetta is up in the lead. Enzo Cantor into P2 as they come into the final couple of corners here for the end of the lap. We're going to have 4 laps to go when they come across the start-finish line here. And it's an absolutely excellent display of racing. You guys should absolutely see this right now. I know you can't, but I wish you could.
They can now, mate. We've got it back on, and I'll tell you what, crowd's a little bit disappointed with that, but we're back on, and it is Lucetta leading this one, Corey, as we start rounding out the laps with about 3 or 4 to go.
Yeah, that's right, Alex, and it was an incredible move that he pulled. It was up through the middle of Cantor and Snell coming along the back of the Andretti straight. It was a very late move, but he managed to get both of them cleared before getting into that right-hander at the end of the Andretti straight. And it looks like he's going to be in the control for the moment, but the Andretti straight is looming again after they come out of Moss Corner this time, Alex.
Yeah, 100%. We got this 4-car battle now. We've got Lucetta Cantor. Cantor's still there after that incident, of course, with Snell and Anderson looking to get amongst it. The gap then 2 seconds or just under to Otero in that second pack, but it's really these 4 guys. They're going to fight it out till the end. And look at that. Lucetta taking the really wide line. Not real, just enough room for his teammate to go through there. These 4 looking to get a bit more cooler heads to prevail here in the last few, Corey.
Well, that might only last a lap or 2 here, Alex, because when they hit the line, they're only going to have 3 laps left to run in this race. And it looks like that second pack was getting feisty there, coming to the final S's. And I think they're got a little bit of battling going on here, Alex.
Yeah, it looks like Bristott just coming out of the pits now. The Italian driver really just tucking in behind. There you go. he'll have really sketchy tyres just quietly too, having had them all replaced. I had a bit of an incident here earlier in the week, and I found got a quick repair done, and one tyre on the front replaced makes you feel like you've still got a busted car. So that's how much of a difference it is between cold and warm tyres. As we've got about 2.5 to go as this front pack now runs down into Moss. The two Movano boys leading the championship, the official season standings as well prior to coming into this week. This will not hurt their championship tilt at all, Corey.
No, it wouldn't, Alex. And the last time we've seen domination like this was back in the days of when we had the Red Face Racing team driving the Skippies on a Sunday night regularly. And it's great to see the team dynamic coming into it. But we know Manuel and we know Enzo. We know they're both hard, fast, furious racers. As now Lee Anderson looking to go up the inside of Ben Snell. Is he? No, thinks better of it. But what I'm trying to get at here, Alex, is they're both racers at the end of the day, and they're both going to want to go for the win. So it's going to be an interesting last lap when we get to it on that Andretti straight. And I think we're going to be seeing biblical scenes similar to what we've seen at the Nürburgring.
No team orders, you reckon, out there tonight, Corey? Should be Cantor and Lucetta, the two boys fighting for the top step on the dais. I just wonder, who's gonna do it as we ride on board with Lee Anderson this time round. The UK and I driver in the Puce-powered machine with the box seat as we go through turn. That's Quebec there as we run down the hill now into fourth gear. Fifth gear as they crest the hill there on the run through turn 4 down into the Moss hairpin, named after the man who suggested putting the crowd on the outside, making it a double apex hairpin, and it is one of the more spectacular corners as a spectator to see. Now this is where the job gets done, up the hill. This is where that elastic band we were talking about starts coming into play, and again we'll watch on board here, see the tactics. We've got just the 1.2 laps to go as they run up here. They're making very wide skippies. I reckon Snell has a look up the inside here for sure, and he does. Goes up the inside. Lucetta. Can Lucetta? Oh, he just tucks in behind as we see Anderson. Really, I don't know whether he didn't get the run or he was just content to sit there in P4 and save all the chocolates up for the final lap, Corey.
I think all the chocolates are saved, Alex. They're all going to be coming out and turning into boiled lollies on the back straight this time. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to sort themselves out, who's going to be getting how close to whoever, because it's a white flag, last lap, last chance to win it or wear it for these 4 drivers. And this is going to become a very spicy finish, in my opinion.
Well, I tell you, you got, I reckon Snell's in a really good position here as far as draft goes, but Lucetta may well be in the best position. They will be, I guarantee you, depending on the run out of Moss this time, they will be 3 wide into turn 8 at the start of the S's at the end of the Andretti straight. That's my pick. I don't think they'll go 4, but I reckon they'll go 3 wide as Cantor now leads them in for the final time. The final run through Moss. Beautiful use of the track there and good exit from all of them by the looks. This is where we go 3. Can we go 3? Can we go 4? I reckon, what's the gap there? It's about 2. Yeah, Lucetta right on the tailpipe. Who takes the gamble and fans out early? Cantor using all of the track. They're 2. Will they be 3? Oh, he's got to squeeze him. He's got to squeeze him. There's contact there on the straight. Oh, Snell's in a great position here now. Going to go around the outside of Cantor. Into the S's. Snell's on. Oh, my money's almost on Snell now. He's got the inside into 9. Oh, no, it's Cantor. Cantor's run wide, but he won't get it done around the outside to Snell. Will he try the crossback? No, it's Cantor. It's Cantor. Oh, Snell coming back at him on the line. Who's going to get it? It is Cantor. Cantor's got it by the width of the proverbial. Great finish there. Top drive from Cantor. Top drive from Snell, Lucetta and Anderson rounding out those top 4 battling positions. Great driving all round in the closing stages there, Corey.
That's exactly right, Alex. And I knew that they were saving it all up for that last lap, and they did not disappoint. They all get to keep their chocolates. No boiled lollies for anyone there in the top 4. What a great finish to what was a fairly interesting race here tonight, Alex.
Yeah, 100% there. As you're just seeing Miller and Trinado, they'll be rounding out their races shortly. Great finish there. There was a lot of tactics at play, as there has been all week here at Mosport, and the boys really put it on the line right there at the end. I thought they'd go 3 wide there, but realistically, Lucetta poked the nose there, probably where there wasn't room, gave Snell a little bit of a nudge, but I tell you what, I reckon Snell will have a big cheesy grin on his face, and I'm sure he'll come up and tell us all about it, Corey.
Oh, that's right, Alex, because Ben prides himself on having excellent races, and that battle for the lead there was definitely one of the best races in just pure driving performance that we've seen. No one touched anyone in those last couple of laps, and it was all close, hard racing. And we didn't have net code issues either, which is absolutely fantastic. As Tarando now crosses the finish line to finish off his race here, Alex.
Yeah, that's it. So, speaking of finishing off races, why don't we check out our results for round 3 here at Mosport for season 21, a Sunday Night Lights. Our winner tonight, the Movano Sim Races, not without controversy. Interesting to see what the Movano driver of Enzo Cantor has to say, because typically he comes and says g'day. But a great victory. He'll be very pleased with that, and continues his rivalry with his teammate for the top spot in the official season standings as well. Ben Snell, a fantastic return to Sunday Night Lights racing there. The Team Milo driver, leading ANZ driver as it turns out as well, grabbing P2, and unlucky there. Although it wasn't lucky, it was just, they got amongst it, and he just came off second best at Canada tonight, finishing in P2. Manu Lucetta for Movano Sim Racing in P3 tonight after a great drive. Lee Anderson, the Puce Powered Machine from UK&I in P4, continuing his consistent season of results. Cristobal Otero, he's done a fantastic job there. How many positions is he? He's up 8 positions. The Simart driver in P5, only beaten for the biggest mover and shaker in the field was by Oscar Chinchilla, who finished in P6. He was up 11 positions from where he started. Fantastic drive. George Matsushinsky joins us once again. He's grabbed P7. Pablo Espes, last week's winner, the R70 team driver, in position 8 tonight. Roberto El Guerrero from Iberia in P9. Chris Herrera, the US driver, he's joined us up very, very late at night, but done fantastically well in P10 in his debut. The ANZ driver of Craig Biley in P11 tonight, rounding out the Sunday Night Lights points in P12. Team Bossman for Team Milo, Russell Clark. Jose Louis Mella from Iberia in P13. Alberto Trinado from Iberia in P14. Iberia's Antonio Ribalta in P15 tonight. Andre Bristot, the other Italian driver in here tonight, had all sorts of pace, came together with his countryman, his compatriot in Enzo Cantor, finished all the way down in 16th. Sammy Toykala was on and in amongst it tonight before his untimely exit for Team Milo in P17, and Ollie Peacock in P18. And final spot, the Team Ovaltine driver was the other retirement tonight in 19th. Not how Sam would have seen his race going tonight, Corey.
Definitely not. But it's his first race back in the top split skippies for a while, and he just got caught up in an unfortunate circumstance there. I didn't get to see what happened to him actually, but it's just an unfortunate part of racing. Hopefully, he'll be back next week and he'll be able to bounce back bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to get the start of the race up so we can watch a bit of the action and grab a couple of interviews. Of course, you got to be kidding me. This thing though, it's giving me all sorts of grief. I'm gonna have to restart these overlays and send a nastygram to the folks that in support. I tell you what. Anyway, we'll get it done here in the end. Let me just find our race winner. Where is he? Mr. Cantor, who's going to come up and say g'day, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just grab a bit slower speed there. Grab that one, and we'll bring him up to say g'day. Enzo, hey, how we going? Oh, jeepers. Tell you what, that was a bit of a race out there, mate. Congrats on the win. Tell us, How did you find it out there?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you cannot believe me, but my first laps here were this morning, and my first race was the previous one before this. I was not sure at all to completely the race leaving because you were in the previous one, and you saw me dying in the first three corners because too wide with cold tires, and I had not full control of the car with cold tires. So I was a little bit disappointed, but I was confident for this one because I was fast enough in qualifying. I started well. Andrea, me, and Manuel, three Italians in the first three positions was unbelievable at the start. Andrea is a very, very, very nice, very good driver, very aggressive, but very clean. Well, we fight. We tried to change each other in the first laps in order to work together um, to increase the gap. Me, Andrea, and Manu. But it seems it didn't work very well because all the people and the driver here were very, very, very fast and consistent. So we have we had to fight without losing too much time, and this is what we did. I had some side-by-side corners with Andrea. He was very aggressive when he was on the inside, always a little bit wide, so I had to leave much room, a lot of room to him in order to avoid any contact. And the last one, if you look at replay in lap 8, I think no lap 8. I don't remember what lap. So, but he was a little bit wide entering the first right corner after the long straight. I left him so much space because I was fearing he was wide and we could touch. And in the next one, I was a little bit fast, too fast, and out of line. So he left me room, but I was a little bit wide, and it was the fatal contact that put him off the race. And I'm not happy at all for that. I didn't want to crash him at all. I was only trying to be a little bit aggressive more than the previous laps in order to understand what we will be do in the last lap fighting together. So my fault, and but I'm very happy because me and Manu, my teammate, were in the first on the podium, and the second one was Ben. Remembering this old story in the Sunday Lights Championship, and this is, I think, the highest split of the week. So I'm recovering a little bit of gap over my teammate in the official World Championship standings.
Yeah, I was going to say 248's the biggest points haul of the week. Lucchetti, your teammate, with 221. So, yeah, he pegged back a bit over 20, what's that, 27 points. The two Movano boys, of course, leading the official standings, and tonight's race won't hurt at all for Team Movano. So, congrats to you, Enzo. Well done on the race, and of course, your analysis is always welcome, as always. But listen, thanks once again for joining us. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Yes, I have to say thanks to my team, Mivano Sim Racing Team, my team manager Fabio Mantellini, my fantastic teammate Manu Lucchetta. That is I remember to you that is leading the official championship. Is in the first positions in 2K World Cup, and I think he is in the first position in this Sunday Lights. I am proud of him because I met him less than a year ago, and he is very, very, very clever, very patient, very consistent. He worked hard all the year in order to be so fast. Probably he's faster than me now, and I hope, I wish we can fight for the championship we bought, and perhaps other drivers that will be between us in the fight. But if finally he will win, I think he will deserve this victory, because he did really a great work all the year. So congratulations to him, and finally to you. Thanks for your awesome work as always.
Thanks, Enzo. Much appreciated. And yes, Manu Big Breaks Lichetto. I tell you what, he's got some pace. So I'm sure that he'll be representing both Team Ivano and Italy proud, mate. So congratulations to you on the win, and we'll look forward to perhaps talking to you next week.
I wish this week was I was not racing today. I decided at the last moment to race, so this could be a drop, but I did it, and the next one I will be sure here with you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Enzo. We'll talk to you then.
See ya.
I think we just lost Snell. No, he's back. Hang on. We almost had him there for a second. Well, there you go. That was Enzo Cantor, the winner of the race here tonight, Corey, and always good for a chat after the race.
Yeah, it's always awesome to have Enzo come into the voice channel, whether he finishes first or 19th. He's always just excellent to talk to. You can actually tell his emotion through his voice, which is fantastic. And he's just always a great character. And, it's great to be able to talk to him and, just see the insight to the man that is Enzo Cantor. And what an excellent win for him here tonight as well. Just pipping it over our next interviewee. And, it was a very close finish there, Alex, as well.
Yes, it was. As the chat starts to get a bit raucous, let's bring in our second place getter now, Mr. Ben Snell. Ben, mate, I can see the grin from here. That looked like a bit of fun.
Oh, how good was that? That was a great race. That was so much fun.
Yeah, mate. Welcome return. Welcome back. P2 in a 4300 soft. You can't complain about that.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. And as with Enzo, I didn't do any driving around Mosport until today as well. I did a race to Savo. You can't turn down Mosport. It's such a fun track, and it's one of those tracks I've always had good pace on. So my pace has been a little bit lacking lately with the amount of seat time I've had. So I can't turn down an opportunity for a race where I can actually punch with the big boys.
Yeah, punched with the big boys. You did. Avoided some of the carnage out there, which happens from time to time at a track like this, and just hung on and really stuck it to Enzo right there at the end. Talk us through those last few corners.
Oh yeah, it was great. So I was more concerned with Manu coming for a run up the inside, and Enzo did a sneaky little block pass on me early in the race up that straight behind. Who was the other? Who'd he kill again?
It was.
The name's lost
It
me.
was. I'm just trying to find it. It was Andre Bristott.
That's right, Andre. So yeah, I was behind Andre drafting up the straight, and Enzo blocked me in as he passed me. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then, yeah, on the last straight coming up the hill, Manu had a really good run, and I managed to force him in behind Enzo, and we had a little bit of contact, but it was nothing major, thankfully. And then trying to go side by side with Enzo is always a daunting prospect coming into the last couple of corners, but we left each other enough space. I tried to go for the undercut coming into the last turn because he went really deep through that left-hander, but I just didn't quite have the run, and Enzo got it in the end. But it was great fun racing.
And that's the main bit of it, isn't it? Really, it's all about the fun you have out there on track with the folks you're running nose to tail with, or side by side, as the case may be. And well done to you and to your fellow drivers out there. Put on a great show, mate. So congratulations on the podium. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight, mate?
Just the usual. You guys put it on the broadcast. I've been trying to catch them when I've had the chance when I haven't been driving. It's always great fun to watch. And of course, thanks to all the drivers coming out making it happen. I think this is probably the biggest strength of field of the week, instead of the pre-race being the biggest strength of field. So that's the benefits of daylight savings, isn't it? And of course, go Team Milo, and Russell says hi.
Thank you. Go Team Milo, indeed, and hello, Russell. Very good. All right, Ben, thanks for joining us, mate, and hopefully we'll see you back on track soon.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
There you go, Corey. Ben Snell, who's come out for a famous podium here in his return to Sunday Night Lights. A fantastic drive from Ben and really enjoyable race to watch, I have to say.
Indeed, it was, Alex, and that just goes to prove my point of when I called him the snake amongst the pigeons. He was cool, calm, and calculated. He learnt from what happened earlier in the race and applied that on the last lap to stop Manu from getting around him. So Ben can be a very switched on person, but it seemed like the play of the day today was to not race the entire week, but start racing today, which is what our first and second place drivers did. So maybe that's could be pro strategy for the future there, Alex.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it takes a special kind of driver to be able to do that. I'm not one of them. I need as much lap time, as much track time as I can get under my belt. But that's perhaps another story. Anyway, folks, Corey, tell the folks at home what you got on this week.
Well, this week we have uh, Roval Racing on the Aussie Sim commentator channel for the Output Racing League. Round number 2 of their playoffs, the final race of the round number 2. Then we go into the round of 8 where things really start getting serious. So Roval Racing should be really fun to watch. No caution, so it'll be a fairly quick race, maybe about an hour. On Thursday night, because we didn't actually get Weed Sport in because New Zealand went into daylight savings a week before everyone else. Fastlane Esports is going to be running round number 3 of the Weed Sport round of the Speedway Memes spring season this week instead. On Friday, if I wake up in time, because everyone knows that lately I've been very bad with waking up in time, I'm going to be doing the NIS from the Charlotte Roval as well. And Saturday, if I wake up in time, there's going to be some league racing happening, and possibly on Sunday morning as well, Alex.
Beautiful. All right, folks. Everywhere, let me just find the button. Everywhere you can find Corey and I pretty much is on the screen at the moment, as is everything Top Split. Join us in the Discord each week so that you can see what kind of stuff goes on during the broadcast, and maybe join us for a post-race interview. This race and all the others in Sunday and Monday Night Lights history will be up on the Top Split YouTube channel, and of course back here. Same bat time, same bat channel next week. But until then, folks, thank you everyone for joining us both on track and off. We couldn't do this without you, and of course this race is for the community, by the community. Until next time, folks, on behalf of Corey Steinhauser, I've been your host, Alex McKellar. It is ciao for now.